Good morning and welcome here to Willis, Texas. My name's Mark, I'm the founder of Royal Texan Homes. I'm about to do a walkthrough of this home. It's based off of our Hadley plan and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that today. I'm going to do a different video about the Hadley plan. We designed and built this for a client of ours, and like with all clients, they had a very unique situation. I really wanted to create something very special for them though. I have not walked through this front door, even though I just came out from the porch, the door is shut. I've not been through here for about 6 weeks. Like all of these walkthroughs, I want you guys to see my reaction as I have it. So let's go in and have a look. I'm pretty impatient. Okay, so this is the moment, the first time for about 6 weeks, and the first time in a Hadley home. This is amazing. The Hadley is basically a 2,300 square foot house, and it's designed to be, you know, for basically empty nesters. It's supposed to give you all the space and all the stuff you want, and none of the stuff you don't. And first impression is that we really succeeded. You may have noticed out the front here, there's a very small front porch, and I'm going to come back to that in a bit, but this is an immense dining space. Like, you could have a huge table in here. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Let's hope Mrs. Mark doesn't see this, because it could be that we're moving soon. So you come out of this entryway in the dining space and wow, then you're immediately met by this incredible living space and this beautiful fireplace, these tall ceilings, this natural light that just radiates through here. There's so much space in here. And then this incredible kitchen. And if you're someone who cooks, if you're somebody who loves to look at something balanced and beautiful, this will do it for you. Goodness, I can't get over the space in this thing. This is so pretty. I love that they've done these dividers, these mullions here. This is such a nice frame. This is, you know, our thing is historically inspired, designed for modern living. And I always think this is very historically inspired. And this is designed for modern living. Wow. Lots of reactions here. The first thing is this abundance of natural light, this abundance of functional light, this abundance of accent light, this abundance of cabinetry. There's just so much going on here, so much to talk about. And this beautiful moment of that kind of anchors the kitchen with this huge 48-inch range oven. It's lovely. Your drawer microwave is here. And then over here we have this kitchen sink with this incredible view. And obviously, this is, what a view. I don't want to say too much about this. I'm going to come back to this in a second. And then through here is the pantry. Let's look at some of these cabinets. Cabinets. So we have a cabinet company that shall not be named because they're so special. But the quality of the work that they provide is just sensational. You know, everything from kind of backlit cabinets through to these wonderfully well-built, solid pull-out cabinets that will hold spices and things like that. You know, I'm trying not to give the ooh-ah sound effects as I open and close things, but trust me, when you're here and you're doing this, you do feel very ooh and ah. And then through here you have this pantry. And again, you know, having a 2,200 square foot house, 2,300 square foot house, doesn't mean that you have to give up on those things that you want to have. You want to have an area for, you know, your coffee and everything else. You want to have a really nice delineated cleaning station away from the preparation areas and all the rest of it, so you can separate the two easily. And because you spend this time here, you want to have this view. But again, with storage, you don't want to compromise on storage. And so the first thing that you notice when you come in here is a motion switch. So that's really useful. Using motion switches in certain key areas is very valuable, because you want to be able to come in with, you know, when your hands are full and have the lights go on rather than stumbling around. You also want to have these 24-inch deep lowers, because, you know, bottles of water and containers and large appliances and large items need to be stored somewhere. You also want to have this workspace that you can use to mount, you know, your blender, your toaster, and large appliance items on top, and then storage above that as well, which is a more traditional 12-inch obviously. But you have so much space and storage in here. It's really well thought out. Let's go and have a look at some of the other areas of the house, because I'm pretty excited to see what's over here. Okay, this is kind of an interesting area, because this kind of gets into areas that are supposed to be semi-private but also semi-public. And a couple of those areas, you know, one is obviously a powder room. I really want to have a powder room that is semi-private. Why is that? Because I want people to feel comfortable if they're visiting and they want to use the powder room, obviously. So let's go and have a look at that. Ah, this is nice. This is nice. Again, the cabinets are sensational and the finish is fantastic. Look how large this space is. I have to keep reminding myself that this is a powder room in like a 2,200 square foot home. Great size. Right, on to the study. Oh, you've even got a really nice floor plug as well. Well, I think this is a place, particularly given this view, where I could kind of sit either catty-cornered or this way, or even on the wall where you guys are, and just enjoy this incredible natural light. I love these doors that are on again with the dividers, because it just gives so much character and charm to this space. And I love that it's kind of related to the public areas, so you can have people back here if you want to, but also it's private. And so if you're like me, I'm pretty creative. For creative, read messy. And so I like to kind of leave stuff everywhere, and I don't always want to clean up when people come over or when I finish the day. And so this is that space that, even though it has these really nice glass doors that allow people to see in, people aren't really coming back here other than the owners of the home. You know, this really is the bit that transitions and has a relationship with the owner's suite. So this is a really useful, functional space that allows natural light through and in, but also keeps the view of clutter and mess, if you're like me, or if you're somebody tidy, don't worry about it, out. But also just gives you a wonderful place just to be secluded and to enjoy work as much as you do. Right, I want to see the owner's suite now. Okay, first impression. I like it a lot. And what do I like about it? Well, I like that the moment you come through this door, you're into the owner's retreat. And that means that we have maintained the principles that I like to design houses around, i.e. separating the owner's retreat bedroom from the owner's retreat bathroom and the owner's retreat closet, so that if you want to move around between spaces, you're not necessarily imposing or impacting on any of the other spaces. i.e., if somebody's asleep there, I can come from the study back into the owner's retreat, or come from the kitchen back into the owner's retreat, and then I can go to the bathroom, I can go to the closet without having to come back into the bedroom and wake somebody up. But let's go wake somebody up. This is enormous. This is enormous. When you're building on land, that view is everything. I love the topography of this. You know, people are always staying away from lots that are challenged because they're not flat. But when you have that height and that drop, you have such a beautiful view. And I can imagine just kind of sitting here in a chair, have the bed and the bedside tables there, you know, maybe a nice chest of drawers and TV or something there, but sometimes you just want to sit and you just want to read, and as the light moves through the day, this could become a really interesting space, just framing and using the light, let alone the rest you have from having one entryway, quiet, solitude, you're away from the public spaces, and you have this incredible view. It's really nice. I like it a lot. I think I love it. Okay. Yeah, I really do love it. The bathroom, the bathroom is sensational. Wow. The cabinetry where you guys are, unbelievable. But I mean, this is just so cute, it's so charming. It's so well intentionally designed. I don't know really if there's anything else I can say about this space outside of what you can see, because it does all of its own talking. I have to keep pinching myself and reminding myself this is a 2,300 square foot home. I'm really, really pleased with how this turned out, and the shower is large and it's full. I love this place. Let's go look at the closet. And then across the entryway into the owner's retreat is the closet. And of course it's on a motion switch because that's what we do. And this is really well trimmed out. This is really well, oh, what I wouldn't give for one of these. I'm loving this. I'm really, really, really loving this. This is so well done. It's all of the elegance and all of the refinements that somebody wants from their custom home. And it's not a McMansion. It's got charm, it's got functionality, it's got character, and it really is designed for how people live. I can imagine this being somebody's last home. These guys have got years to go. Study, powder, living, views, amazing kitchen. But let's go this way. Ooh, I'd forgotten about this. Now you have a lot more space to make a larger mud. If you want to, you can extend this. The family here decided not to, but I love how they've done it. The character, again, speak about that a lot here, is fantastic. I wonder what they're going to use this space for. And then through here you have this incredible utility room. And they've elected to add a sink in here, which makes a lot of sense. This is, for me, how I do laundry, this is the perfect size. And I love how they use accent tile and floor tile as an accent to really pop smaller areas where you just the square footage is so small, relatively speaking, that the multiplier comes right down, so you can choose really high-end tiles and options just to give it this incredible pop and not blow budget. And that was very important, you know, not to give the game away, but the budget here was incredibly important, and we stayed on it, and I'm very proud of that. So coming back out of the laundry, again you have the mud, this is the garage, and then you have this space that leads you down to the guest quarters. And again, you know, lovely wide hallways with great large openings and doors, and then I guess guest bedroom number 1. Well, there's part of me that's getting more and more interested in video. So, you know, I remember these kind of sunlight moments as a child, and how I used to just go and seek them out in England and just kind of lie in them and use radiant heat to warm me up. Unfortunately now, because our windows are so more advanced, it takes a lot of the radiant heat out. But I'd love to. I'm looking at this and thinking, ooh, let's do like one of those Art Nouveau creative videos in the sunlight. I don't know what's going on with me. But this space is incredibly restful the moment you walk in. You know, you still have massively wide doors. You have tall baseboards. You have canned lighting. There's nothing that would ever be dark here. You're able to do functional lighting, accent lighting, ambient lighting. You know, again, using a lighting engineer in the design of a home is hugely important, because you want to make sure that the correct amount of lumens are in a space. We run seminars where we discuss all of this stuff, by the way. So if you would ever like to come to one of those, get in touch on our website and we'd love to meet you there. And so when you come out of there, you come and you're confronted with this incredible, this is a secondary bathroom. Secondary bathroom. The space you have, the finishing, I mean, this is exquisite. And again, using the tile, and the tile here, and then you also have it in the shower niche up there. I mean, this is a secondary bathroom. Look at the size of this shower. And then you have this natural light that comes in through this transom right kind of above where you guys are now. So I don't think any of my guests would be particularly unhappy if they came to a home and stayed for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and this is where they got ready every morning. So, really pleased with it. And then here we are in the final bedroom, final guest bedroom, and I'm just going to shut this for a couple of reasons. One, you know, to give you some sense of the size and scale of the doors that we put in our homes, the baseboards, the tall ceilings, everything else. But this feels like another owner's retreat. You know, you have this moment of finality. This is a destination. This is the end of a journey. You're away from the living space, you're away from everything else, so your guests can sit here and feel comfortable as well. And then when you build on land like this, you just have this incredible, this opulent landscape that's this incredible gift. And particularly if you have topography like this, where you have undulation and movement and height and shallows as well, this invites you to be more interested in outside. You know, flat is great, but I personally love something with some topography. You have to do more work to get there, you know, and you do have to spend more money to get there. But the flip side of that is usually the land themselves comes at a better price tag. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting carried away with the beauty of this place. Like I say, I haven't been back here for 6 weeks, and so I haven't seen it finished. There's no landscaping when I was here, and just looking and watching how it flows down, I bet you're going to get a load of wildlife here as well. And then of course you have this, you know, large walk-in closet, which, you know, is always handy, with a large door, fan, obviously the can lighting as well, and then you have the remote for the fan. This is just, who wouldn't want to come and stay and be a guest here? I'll meet you back in the living room. Hey, this is quite a house, but we're not finished yet because I want to go out onto the rear patio. I've been alluding to it the whole way with the views that you get from the living room, the kitchen, the bedrooms, both the owner's retreat and the guest bedrooms, and I want to show you what that looks like. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is a 1 acre lot. This is not a 2 acre lot, this is a 1 acre lot. And the solitude and the peace that you have here is fantastic. You know, I'm always said, and I said when I walked in the door, I'd talk to you more about the smaller front porch. People come in all the time and they say, I want a big front porch because I want to be able to drink coffee there in the morning. I drive through these communities constantly, and I've been doing it for years. And to this day, I have never seen anyone outside drinking coffee at any stage of the day, or even sitting on their front porch. I'm sure it happens, don't get me wrong, but why would you do that when you have this? When you have your own private retreat? Have a look around. Well, that brings us to the end of this remarkable tour. I'm so pleased how this home developed. I'm so pleased how it turned out. And I promise you, we'll have some more videos coming for you very shortly. In the meantime, thank you for joining me on April the 7th, 2025, over here in Willis, Texas. That sun feels so good. I'll see you in the next one.